Hey guys, it's me, Made Up Jen, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another hair dye video. So today I am going to just retouch up my roots. You guys can see these roots, they are popping. I have not dyed my hair since the last time you guys saw me dye my hair. Just thought I'd show you guys what my hair looks like right now. So let's just go ahead and get started. So first I'm going to start with the L'Oreal Paris 7.5 Neutral Dark Blonde Excellence Cream Permanent Hair Dye. So I did use this last time. This is made for dark hair. I really liked it. I like the color it lifted. It's not the color exactly on the box, but I'm okay with it because the colors I got from it were good enough. I am going to open up the box. A reminder, there are 7 products in this box. You have the 1, which is the developer. You have 2, which is the permanent hair color. Then you have 3, which is the conditioning treatment. And also you want to make sure that you are using this one right after you dye the hair, because this seals in the color. And then we have 4. These are the instructions slash gloves. The gloves are in here, so don't throw it away unless you have an extra spare pair of gloves. And then the instructions, and then we have number 6, the pre-colored treatment. And then the last thing, which is item number 7, is this little attachment, this brush on attachment for the dye. I personally do not like it. If you saw my last video, you know I hate this thing. It did not work for me. Maybe it works for you. I think this works better if you have maybe shorter hair. I don't know if maybe I just squeezed too hard or what it was, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It's too small. I wish it was a little bit bigger so that it could spread the product nice and evenly. So this is a no for me. I'm not going to use this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with bottle 2. So for bottle 2, you have to uncap this. Just take off this red tab and then twist it back, and it should open up. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze this in there. Make sure you squeeze from top to bottom. Try to get everything out evenly. And everything you don't use, just put it back in the box, because once you use this, you cannot reuse anything in here anyway. I mean, unless you want to reuse the bottle, you can keep it if you want to keep and have an extra spare one in case you want to buy one. I would recommend keeping the bottle because it's actually not a bad bottle. And the reason why is because of this cap right here. So it has a twist off cap, so you can keep this and reuse it. And then I'm gonna close this up. I'm gonna start mixing it, and it will start with like a white, like it looks just white, but as it gets warmer, you're gonna notice the tone change a little bit. It's not very noticeable in the bottle because the bottle is very, very clear, but it's an opaque clear where it looks blurry and you can't really see the color change as much. And also beware your floor when you are going to start dyeing your hair. Make sure that if you're gonna do it on carpet, put a towel around you. Put like a towel in the front and a towel behind you. That way you will not drop any on the carpet. You can be very, very careful, and somehow you can still drop something. On my last video when I dyed my hair using this, I dropped some on my backdrop, so that was kind of annoying. And also, FYI, if you guys hear that noise, it's my fan. It's the fan in the bathroom. I cannot do anything about it, so I'm so sorry if it annoys you. But here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on my gloves because I'm about to put on the pre-treatment on my hair. And then the instructions, I don't follow the instructions to the T. I kind of just do it my own way. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my roots, and then from my roots, once I'm finished with all of my roots, I'm gonna leave it up for about 25 minutes. And then I'm gonna come back and do the rest of my hair and leave that on for 20 minutes. So all together we're close to an hour on the roots, just FYI. If you have sensitivity, I do suggest you go less, but for me that's the perfect time for me, for the roots to be like all together. Everything looks very even. Everything looks very even. So that's what's that's what works for me. So for you it might be different. For me, that's just how much my scalp can handle this. Just beware, the scent to this is very strong, that it will hurt your eyes and make them cry or tear-eyed if you have the dye near your face, which is when it's on your hair. Let's just say a hair hangs and it falls forward, you know that you can feel the scent near your eye, it's about to touch your eye. Well, you'll feel it in your eyes. But the instructions, I actually leave them right here on top of my sink, because that's where I'm gonna keep dropping the bottle back and forth. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab my bowl and my brush. I say this every time in every dye video I do. You do not have to do this method. I just do this method. It works better for me. Ever since I bleached my hair and I had to keep doing it every month, I kind of had to learn how to get every little bit of my roots, because in case you guys haven't noticed, my roots are very dark. My natural hair is very black. So I have to be very, 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 very on it, detailed, almost perfect, because my roots will always tell. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the pre-color treatment. You're supposed to use this on the tips, the mid-length to tips of your hair. So you want to be a little generous with it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. So I'm just gonna apply it a good amount. This is this big thing right here. And I'm just gonna go around my fingers, and then I'm just gonna do this. So I'm going all through my tips to the middle of my hair. So like right here. So you don't want to go anywhere near the root area or the top. So this is more for like if you have split ends or your tips are very burnt. So like me, I still have a little bit of the blonde left over from when I used to dye, well, when I used to bleach my hair. I still have that last little bit. It's almost gone, but those are the tips that look really drying on my hair. The bleach did damage my hair. You guys see right there, it's nice and soaked. I think I got most of it. Then I'm gonna just throw this in the box. I'm going to section off my hair. So I'm gonna go pretty much, so I'm gonna go right behind my ears, and then I'm gonna go right across. And this whole top part is the section I'm about to work on, and this back portion will be the last thing I work on. So I'm gonna just tie this up. But if you guys see the tone of your bottle, it has gotten a little bit darker, so it's pretty much ready to go. But I'm gonna go ahead and twist this off. Put it on somewhere where you're gonna remember where it's at, and then pour into the bowl. You'll kind of figure out how much you need as you go. The first couple of times you might be either too short or you might have too much product. If you have too much product, that's fine. Just make sure not to use all of it and just keep sectioning off your hair. So you're gonna grab your brush and you're gonna go back and forth motions, or tap back and forth, whichever one you find more comfortable with. Honestly, both. As long as you get a very, very soaked brush, which is what I have right here. So I usually start with the part I'm sectioning off with. So right here, this is where you see most my hair parted all the time. So this is where I start. So I go in with one side of the brush. And I just go on the black part of my roots. I don't go anything further than that. I try to keep it very, very, very on point to where it needs to be. Okay, and then on the other side, you guys see it's still soaked. This side looks dry, so this part, I'm just gonna go ahead and go right here. And also, don't forget this back portion. Now I'm gonna go from left to right, well, my left to right. So now I'm going in half an inch, don't go bigger than half an inch on this slice. You guys see? So just remember, because I did go from left to right, I obviously already did the right portion. So this part, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but you can still see that it looks a little damp from the other side that I just did right under it. So because of that, you're not going to have to use so much hair dye on this, but you will need to use it more on this. So on that first batch, you still have dye over, because I poured a lot in my bowl. Just going to go back in. And then with the side that has like the most on it, which is this side for me, I'm gonna go in this first. And make sure you're lightly tapping, you're lightly stroking, and then you go in more with a more sturdy hand. Okay, and then I'm gonna work slowly on the back and then to the front. Obviously this side doesn't need so much work because I already had the right under it. It's already moist. Just make sure we have everything we need. And if you have baby hairs, don't forget to do the baby hairs as you go. When I used to bleach my hair, if I missed the baby hairs, you would be able to tell, because I have very, very black hair. So imagine the blonde and then the little bit black baby hairs popping up out of nowhere. It was my tell every time. Now I'm gonna go half an inch over here. Remember, it doesn't have to be super skinny, but it doesn't have to be super fat either. Think of it like a finger apart. Then I'm gonna finish out until I get to this section right here, to my other part, and then from there I'm gonna actually start going in this direction again, and then I'm gonna finish off in this direction. And don't forget to keep mixing your bottle. Also, as you switch off sections, make sure to massage your scalp, just in case you might have missed a spot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to grab this brush. I'm just going to split this thing right here. And the same on the other side. And then I'm going to tie all of this up. And then I'm going to unclip this back portion. Use the same clip for this portion right here. Yes, my hair is about to look really funny. But it is what it is. I'm not fazed by this. Okay, and then this should be the fastest thing. I'm gonna go in straight with the bottle. So again, you can do this on the front. You don't have to do it with the brush like I just did. You can do it with the bottle. I just wanted to, when I go with the bottle, I don't want to have to keep measuring how far I have to go with my fingers every time I rub. With the brush, I just stop where I need to stop, and there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the bottle, you see this whole top portion right here? So I'm gonna go in with the bottle and I'm gonna squeeze and move in little sections to the right. Again, back to the middle, and then I'm gonna go to the middle, to my left, and then squeeze back again to my right. And then right here, I'm gonna slightly just go right here, just in case I don't have any hair dye right there. And then one more time. But make sure you're not squeezing so hard. It's just light pressure. And then go in with your fingers and rub it. And then the last thing you want to do is you pull your hair up, or you can obviously go down, but because I'm demonstrating it to you guys, I have to go this way. So I'm gonna go in with the bottle and do the exact same thing right here. So I'm gonna go right, squeeze a little bit, go to my left, and then with my fingers. It's okay if it goes onto the skin right here. We're just trying to get the roots. You can go back in there and clean up after, in case you know you got a lot of it on your skin. And just massaging it. It should feel like when you're showering and you're rubbing some shampoo in your scalp. And that's it. That is it. I'm going to tie my hair up. I'm going to go like this. And then also, because I am afraid I didn't get all of my roots completely on the bottom, I'm going to go in with the bowl, just with a little bit of product. I'm going to go under here, behind my ear, back down to the other side, go under here too, just in case. Sometimes you can tell when you've got all your roots or not, or your little hairs, because they'll be flying out really bad. If you have anything left in here, just, you know, go back in there, retouch some stuff you might have missed. Alright. And now I'm going to grab a shower cap. So I use these from ADAMA. I bought these at Walmart. I used one already and I think they're very good. There you go. I do include my ears on the cap. That's also why I like this one, because it really goes around. But I like to cap on also my ears, because if you have little hairs right here on the side, you know where your sideburns are at, and you put hair dye there, you want everything to stay warm in there so that those hairs can also cling on to some dye. So I'm going to leave this on for about 25 to 20 minutes. Remember, if it does burn, make sure to take it off before, if it's like really burning. Alright guys, it's been well off. That's about 25 minutes. 25 minutes. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my hair. This should take like 5 minutes. So I am keeping the cap on right here on the side because I am going to come back and use it. Now I'm going to put on the gloves back on. And I'm going to put my hair down. And I am going to section this off the front from the back. I'm going to twist this off. And then I'm going to grab a small section like this one right here. I'm going to put my hand under facing this way. You can see. And then I'm gonna press down the bottle and go to my hair in a zigzag motion and slowly follow through with my hand. So my hand is like a web. It's gonna catch any hair dye that might fall off the hair as I'm going down with my fingers. I'm also pressing down with these two fingers. As I go down, I'm going down here, smoothing it through the hair strands. Also, I am not starting from the top right here because I already applied hair dye right here at my roots, so there is no point for me to start application right there. I would start it right where I left off, and then right here. And then obviously if you have any still stuff on your glove or your fingers anywhere, just go back in, smooth it out. That's one section done. And also I did start off with the bottle being half full. If you're at the halfway point right now when you started this, you are good to go. It will most likely reach all your hair. It will grab onto all of your hair. This looks pretty good. Just going back in there, just in case. If I flip it, I want to make sure that everything is really wet. Part looks pretty done. Now we're gonna do this one. This one definitely split it in two halves, and then half of a half. So I'm gonna pull the hair back, and I'm gonna apply some dye right here. Back portion, which is the thickest portion. Just split it in half, and then let's go. Alright, other hand. This is where I always get scared because the bottle is like at the 1/4 mark. So you're kind of like, oh my god, is it gonna make it? You know? Oops, snap. Oh my god. We're about to play now. Last things I like to do also is I like to go behind right here and I just squeeze, rub, okay. I still have a little bit left, just FYI, like a little bit, like a little bit. Before I decide to go crazy on the rest of my hair, which looks all pretty soaked up. I did a pretty good job today. Let me just clip this real quick and you guys are going to see why right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour a little bit into the bowl. I'm gonna grab a Q-tip and I'm gonna go in with that same little drop that I just put, and I am going to put it on my eyebrows. I usually go in with the bottle, but I'm feeling like I want to go a little bit more accurate with it right now. And the trick with dyeing your eyebrows is to make sure that everything is coated. Like, you know how your hairs kind of like hang? Well, you gotta make sure you grab every strand of that too, of what's hanging. Think of it as you're kind of like gonna start pressing it in. Slide a little bit with it. Try not to drag so hard because you'll pull all the product off. If you mess up, just use the other side. Clean around. And whatever is left, which is a lot, not a lot, but it is a lot, just gonna go ahead and shake this bottle up and pour some, what's that? Pour some more. Like right here, I always go back, I try to go back like in the baby hair area and this area. But just pour whatever is left in here. Last strands. Woo. Massage. And then I'm gonna put the cap on here and I'm gonna leave it on for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And then I'll be right back. And this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this hair dye video. I did style it, and if you guys want to see that video, it will be linked up here. Everything came out pretty freaking even, guys. It came out pretty good. My eyebrows look a little bit lighter. They don't look as dark as usual. I'm just letting you guys know this has become more of my permanent hairstyle, hair dye. I don't know if I'm going to continue recording for you guys unless you guys want me to. I can make this into a series of you guys just watch me dye my hair while I just chit chat. I'm going to keep using the same hair dye. I permanently just really like this color all the time, every time. This is already the second time that I've used this hair dye in a row, and honestly it blends so well. It really does brighten up my black roots. It is made for black hair, so if you have black hair and you're gonna use this hair dye, this is literally exactly what your hair is going to look like, because I have the black roots. You guys see I don't have them popping out anymore. It blended in right with the rest of my hair, and the tone of my hair is just the right amount of warm that I like and neutral. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys want me to keep recording these for you guys, even though it's the same hair dye, let me know down below what you guys think. If you like this video, please make sure to like it, and if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.